Hello, and welcome to one of these again. I am currently recording this on the 25th of October. Bonsoir. C'est le 25 octobre. C'est pour le 14 février, cette vidéo. I'm releasing this on the 14th of February. Now, there's actually a reason for it. Il y a une raison pour la date. So there's actually a reason for it, and I'm just showing off what I'm drinking here because I made a promise. I made a promise, Frodo. A promise. Okay, so okay, right. I'll get into the story in a second. So this is an 8.6. This is the original 8.6. It's imported from Holland. I This is a bit of a mainstream beer, so my expectations aren't that high. I have had this before, but it's been a while since I've had this particular variant. I've had this several times before, um, but like different variants of it. So yeah, it's barley beer. It's a blonde beer. I don't know if I don't know if it's Belgian style. The first ingredient, natural mineral water. Look, look. Okay, I get it's 8.6%, but dude, I'm trying to get drunk here. I'm not looking to drink flavored alcoholic fizzy water. I jest. Someone's gonna mention. It's not fizzy water. You should probably have water. Yes, you should probably have water when you're drinking heavily. It is. C'est bon pour les vegans. It's vegan. I mean, honestly, actually, I want to see in the comments. How is it possible? I want examples of a beer that isn't vegan. I get. I guess. I guess. I don't think beers use yeast, do they? I don't think any use yeast. I don't see how a beer can be not vegan. Oh, by the way, if you didn't, if you did not somehow get the percentage, it's an 8.6%. Oui. C'est un peu difficile à voir. C'est un peu difficile à voir le pourcentage ici parce que c'est ici. Mais c'est 8,6. C'est pas ça. C'est original. Oui, c'est 8,6 degrés. I have to do some of this in French because, and I'll explain why in a second. This is for an as of using this video, an old colleague of mine. Actually, an old colleague of mine now. Left the company last week. So yeah, basically, so my co-workers found this channel and they also found my freaking music channel as well. God, I haven't heard the end of that at work, but you know what? I'm still doing it. I don't care. I mean, I get all the flack on that at work because I give it in other ways. I I'm a bit of a nightmare at work. I prank people left, right, and center. I joke all around. Um, but yeah, it's a lot. One thing I do like about my job, and I mean, there's not too much that I like about it at the moment. It's frustrating, and it's like there's problems, and it needs to improve, and maybe they're slowly getting there, but they need to listen. Need to listen to people more. Um, but probably the best thing. And unfortunately, this is something that's going downhill, because we're losing so many of our colleagues to like other companies, and the colleagues that I've worked there now like 6.5 years, and the colleagues that like I knew there, like I got on so well with, and even some of the newer ones now. Dare I say, Benjamin? Yes, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, Benjamin. I should just call him by the English version. Say, salut, Benjamin. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that freaking found these videos and showed everyone. So, yeah, yeah, I like, I throw shade at work a lot. It's for me, it's fine. It's like we've got a good rapport because we're joking all the time, but there's there's also very much a professionalism. There's a big professionalism with everyone that I've worked with, where we can be joking and laughing and messing around 1 minute, but as soon as we're talking about something serious, everyone's dead serious. Everyone's really professional. Um, so like shouts to my colleagues, pour mes collègues, qui sont rigolos mais aussi professionnels quand ils le besoin. So, and this is also poor Aurelien. So he's the one that wanted me to get particularly this, but he actually requested that I try this, and I'm like, okay, look, I've got beer reviews recorded until mid-December at this point. It's like, okay, and he's like, okay, just fine, like release it on the 14th of February. I'm like, wait, you want me to release a beer review video for you on Valentine's Day? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, huh. Um, I don't think it's gonna happen. So I check the calendar. I'm like, oh shit, it's actually a Friday. 14th of February, 2025 is actually Friday, so I have to. I can't not. And it's we used to joke so much, and my first year or two with the company, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like him at all. Like I I I just didn't like it. I thought it was like loud, and I thought he was like a bit of a pain in the ass. But he grew on me, and like we kind of worked out how we work, and understood each other a little bit more. This actually is something that's happened with a lot of my colleagues. I'm sometimes a difficult person to work with. Who knew that? But like, there's a lot of my colleagues have understood how I go about things, and I understand how they go about things. And yeah, so this colleague, this ex-colleague Aurelian, actually, it's funny. We were like two of the only people that were working on fucking Boxing Day last year. Oh my god, because my Boxing Day got refused. How dare they refuse my British Boxing Day holiday in France? But they did. So like, this sucks. And I find out he's working on Boxing Day as well, and I think he got his refuse as well. And I'm like, do you want to go for a beer on Boxing Day? And we're like, and it's like the bars are closed, so we go to a fucking supermarket. And like we were talking about the left ritual. You guys know left ritual. Hang on, let me go grab one. Right, so it's one of these. You guys know this. I've tried this so many times. This is my go-to standard. This is neutral beer, and like this is always my standard. So yeah. Um, c'est mon standard. Je just montre que je parle. And this was something we both had heavily in agreement that that Left Ritual was a fantastic. But okay, we were both in agreement it was a fantastic beer for what it does. And now, if you want to see what my real opinion on that is, I did do a beer review a few weeks ago from when I'm recording. That's going to release in a couple months from when I'm recording. But by the time you see this, it will be a few months back. How's that for time travel bullshit? Okay, so I've got a little bit too much head on this. So I'm actually gonna start the review from the can. So I don't have to wait forever for this to go down. Okay. It smells like a lager. Which I'm not surprised. Okay, so really, this is a comparison. This is a comparison between these two. So this is really where the standard, by the way, just showing that it's not open, and this is. So this is really, I'm really going to be making big comparisons between the two here, because this is probably the most similar to this. So, and I would say they're rivals. They're rivals. It's not gonna. My mug's not big enough anyway, so. Content. go for. Right. Okay. Well. Yeah. It's. Oh, I'd do this for content. You can taste the water. You can taste the water, to be honest. It's got a very strong taste. It's very, very bitter. It's like there's absolutely no sourness, no sweetness. And bear in mind, this is the original. The fruit version I've had of this is really good at being sour. But, okay. I'm straight up saying this is not a Left Ritual. Left Ritual is so much nicer than this. But how can I describe why? How can I describe this? It's too watery. It's too watery. It's too bitter. It doesn't have a fullness that Left has. I don't know how to really describe that. It's like the Left is like it's full. It's got a fullness. I think that's because it's a Belgian style beer, whilst this I don't think it's a Belgian style. Someone correct me in the comments if you know this beer, because it doesn't actually say Belgian at all. It just says intense blonde beer, which makes it a pale ale. I don't know, because actually now we're comparing different styles of beer at that point. Adding a little bit more, finishing the can. By the way, okay, so can art. I actually like this can art. It's better than it used to be. I like the new style. But it doesn't stand out enough. I think what they should have done, make the wolf brighter, like bright blue like outline, and it stands out on the shelf. This doesn't stand out too much on the shelf because it's too dark and it doesn't pop enough. It's got little cracks here as well that could look better. But this is so much better than the old variant, which it was just a grey can with some yellow writing. And I'm not gonna grab something from a shelf that looks grey. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna put this somewhere else because this looks fucking abysmal as a can. I have not tried that ever, and I will be trying that soon, and I'll probably go live before this. So, look out for that. Actually, I'm actually really curious what percentage that is. I just grabbed it off the ship. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. This is a 6. Banquet beer. Okay. But I guess this video is the one that's like really dedicated towards my colleagues more than anything else. It's like, it's so bitter, it gives a sourness. See, I always like try not to be subjective. I always try not to be subjective with these. It's I want to give a grade of like whether I think it's a good beer rather than whether I like the beer. But more and more, I'm realizing maybe this is just it should be my opinion. It is my opinion, so I should be talking about like what my preferences on this. And gonna be honest, I don't like this one. um, yeah, it's not gonna score high. It's not gonna score highly. Um, okay, so okay, there's one more thing that could redeem this. One last thing that could redeem this. You know what? That okay, okay, okay. That's better. That's ridiculous. You can chug it. You can chug a bit of it. You could okay. You could drink this fast. Despite it being bitter, it seems like the bitterness is a little bit dampened if you just drink a lot of it at a time. That might be from the wateriness. So okay, so it's going to gain points from that. I actually cannot remember what I rated Left Ritual, which is maybe a good thing because maybe I shouldn't be trying to rate it against Left. We should just see which one scores higher. I think I rated Left like a 5 or a 6 or something. This one's not going to be great. Okay. Oh, that was not great at the end. Oh, I wasn't keen on that at the end. Man, can't believe I'm gonna say this. This is a damn bad. Considering this is not water like freaking Heineken, and Heineken would score really low. God, I'll have to grade Heineken again. I'll give it a negative score. Um, this a 3.9. I'm sorry to go that low. Je suis désolé pour aller bas comme ça, mais je n'aime pas cette bière. C'est un 3,9 sur 10. c'est 3 vagonneuf. L'F, je pense, c'est 5 au 6, je crois. J'ai dans quelque chose. Um, I have Guinness to try at some point as well. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but so I've had Guinness obviously before on one of these beer reviews, and I have it a lot. Like for me, that's like Guinness is a treat. But I'm not graded it again with the new system. Previously, I think I gave it a 9 or a 10. But Guinness, I'm gonna have to try again. And okay, honestly, I think if I were to predict the grade I'm gonna give it, it's gonna probably be like a 7. I think. 7 or 6. I think it's just something I like. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. I think. Yeah, next week. I mean, just the Smart schedule is one a week. Well, see you guys then.